Hello everyone and welcome back to another enlightening session on integration. I'm your mathematics guru Shivani ma'am and today I'm going to help you with another part of integration which is definite integral. Now in case of definite integration and I'm sure कि आप लोगों ने इसका previous वाला video definitely देखा होगा because without that it will be difficult to understand this chapter. All the 4 chapters of integration जो आपका book 2 का almost half part comprise करता है, they are dependent on the first chapter. So first please go through that and then we'll start with the next part which is your definite integration. Now in the integration part we have seen that when we were solving any question, एक C लिखते थे last में which was the constant or you can say the integration constant. Here अब हम एक fixed answer लाएंगे और हमें C की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी because we will be having certain limits to the integration. So when we see the question over here, you can see that integration a to b fx dx is written over here. Now a is the lower limit, b is the upper limit, and when you get the final answer, first we'll substitute the upper limit in that and then substitute the lower limit and subtract those two terms to get the final answer. Otherwise integration आप exactly वैसे ही solve करोगे जैसे हमने previous question में किया हुआ है. So if it is a to b fx dx, then put ab over there and substitute the value of 5b minus 5a, and here we won't be actually taking the constant of integration, as even if you take it, it will get eliminated in the scenario. So you will be getting a fixed answer to get that thing. Along with this, in this chapter, we are also coming across certain properties of definite integration. बहुत important properties हैं and you need to actually go through the properties thoroughly. So when we do the questions, we'll do it one by one. First हम इसके करेंगे, फिर properties. But I'll show you the properties first. So the first one is a to a. If the limits, the lower limit as well as the upper limit are same, the final answer will always be 0. Second property is if it is a to b fx dx, it can be taken as minus b to a fx dx. The third property states that a to b fx dx is equal to a to b ft dt also. Previous chapter may we have seen that when we are changing the variable, a lot of things need to be changed. Here you can see that in definite integral, the final answer will be the same. The next one is a to b fx dx can be written as a to c fx dx plus c to b if c is a number between a and b. This method is used mainly to calculate the integration or definite integration of the modulus terms. एक और बहुत prominently use होने वाला formula a to b fx dx is a to b f a plus b minus x dx और 0 to a में f a minus x. ये दोनों same formula हैं, only difference is that here 0 plus a minus x actually becomes a minus x, so we ignore 0 over there. The seventh property is 0 to 2a fx dx can be written as 0 to a fx dx plus 0 to a f 2a minus x dx. The last property is dealing with a thing known as even function and odd function. Now if fx is an even function means that once we write f of minus x, this is equal to f of x. Okay, like let's say example of x square. तो minus x का whole square भी x square ही होगा. So that becomes the even function. An odd function is that f of minus x is actually equal to minus of fx. Like x cube. So when we do minus x whole cube, आपको मिलेगा minus out and fx. So then in that case, that becomes the odd and the first one is even. Now in case of even function, what we have to do is minus a to a fx dx can be written as 0 to a fx dx. And in case of odd function, very simple, very easy, one of the favorite of the students, it is 0. So you just have to simply state that it is an odd function because f of x is equal to minus x is minus of fx, and answer becomes 0. So these are the properties which we are going to use along with the basic rule of definite integration to come to the answers over here. So let's do some questions for your practice now. Now let's do some questions from the exercise so that your concept can get much more better. Let's say question number 2 here. Okay, so this is integral minus 2 to 3 1 over x plus 5 dx. Now in all these questions, one more time हमारा पूरा का पूरा integration is also getting revised. So in one way, these chapters which are based on integration also help you to understand the chapter integration better. So here now, if you see 1 upon x plus 5, it will become log x plus 5. The way of writing now, the lower limit you put here, the upper limit you put here. Plus c won't come in picture because it is definite integration. Now, when you put the value, first put 3. So it is 3 plus 5. Then put a minus sign. And then same formula, put minus 2. So this is now coming as log 8 minus log 3. Now we'll apply the formula of log m minus log n, which is log m by n. So your final answer will be log 8 upon 3. No plus c here. This is the final answer. So this is one way to go with the thing. Let's take one more question here. Say let's take question number 4. So in this question is 0 to 1 x square plus 3x plus 2 upon root x dx. Now this sort of question cannot be solved by u by v. But since we have only one denominator over here, spread it so that it can be given to all of them. So 0 to 1, this is your I, x square by root x, plus 3x by root x, plus 2 by root x dx. So the question can be simplified like this. Now, it's again 0 to 1, x square by root x is 1 by 2. So this will become x 2 minus 1 by 2. I am still writing the question only in the simplified form. Plus 3x 1 minus 1 by 2 plus 2x to the power of minus 1 by 2 dx. So the final format of the question will come as x to the power of, this is 4 minus 1 by 2, 3 by 2 plus 3x to the power of 1 by 2 plus 2x to the power minus 1 by 2 dx. Now we will integrate. Once we come to this stage, we will integrate. So the integration will come as by using the x to the power n formula. So it is 3 by 2 plus 1. So 3 by 2 plus 1 will become 5 by 2. Denominator is 5 by 2 plus 3. 1 by 2 plus 1 is 3 by 2 upon 3 by 2 and then plus 2, x to the power minus 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2 is 1 by 2 and denominator is 1 by 2. Put the square bracket, write the lower limit below and the upper limit above. Now we'll substitute the values. Now this thing will become 2 by 5. X to the power of 1. Now whether it is 5 by 2, x to the power of 5 by 2, 1 to the power of any number is always 1. So this term will be 1. So this is 1 plus this becomes 2. 3 will get cancelled. Again this is 1 plus 4 and again this is 1. Then we'll go with the 0 value. Since x becomes 0 in all the cases, ये तीनों term आपके 0 ही होने वाले हैं. And your final answer will be actually 2 by 5 plus 2 plus 4, which is 6 2 by 5. Okay, a fixed answer at the end. So as I said, this is also revising you with the integration concept. Now once we are through with this, these questions say you can see that x square plus 6x plus 5, इसको आप factorize करके simply partial fraction से solve कर सकते हो. Okay. Let's see one question where one term is missing. 7th integral 0 to a 2x plus 1 dx is equal to 2. And you have to find out the value of a. ये आपके छोटे 2 mark questions में आ सकते हैं. So first we'll go with the integration. It is 2x square by 2 plus x. This is 0 to a, which is equal to 2. So x square plus x may put the value, you are getting a square plus a minus 0 is equal to 2, and this will become your quadratic equation. Now in this quadratic equation, we'll be splitting the middle term. So a square plus 2a minus a minus 2 is equal to 0. A common, a plus 2. Minus 1 common, a plus 2, and your terminology ultimately comes as a plus 2, a minus 1 is 0. Therefore, a can be equal to minus 2 or a can be equal to 1. This one will be your final formula. So, the same question can be asked in a different manner to get the final thing. Here you can see root 1 plus x plus root x. Please rationalize first to come to the answer, and direct value can also be put. I'll take one more question where the substitution comes into picture, because with substitution one more thing will be there, that you have to change the value of the limits also. So let's say question number 10 over here. Integral 1 to 2 3x over 9x square minus 1 dx. So here let 9x square minus 1 is t. So therefore 18x dx is equal to dt. So x dx can be written as dt over 18. Now this is the simple form. But since now we have changed everything to dt, these values also get changed to dt format. So when x is 1, x is equal to 1, t becomes 9 into 1 square minus 1, which is 8. And when x is equal to 2, t becomes 9 into 2 square minus 1, which is 35. So your new question will become I is equal to, see right, I here also, don't forget. I is equal to now the limits of t, 8 to 35, 3 dt upon t and dt by 18 है. तो ये 1 by 6 हो जाएगा. So your question will be integral 8 to 35, 1 by 6 take out, 1 by t dt. And when you solve it, take 1 by 6 out. 1 by t is log t to the power of 8 to 35. So when we substitute, first put the upper value. So 1 by 6 is out. You are left with log 35 minus log 8, which can be finally written as 1 upon 6 log 35 over 8, because this is your m by n formula. Okay, so in this manner we can apply the definite integral concept here. Now we just saw the properties, and let's do some questions on the properties also, that how can we apply the property to come to the answer there. So some definite problems which are there in property. Now let's do some questions to understand the properties of integration. So let's see the first question over here, which is dealing with minus 9 to 9 x cube 4 minus x square dx. Now, as soon as you get a question of the format minus a to a, then think about the property which is dealing with even and odd function. So, we are going to check whether this question is an odd function or an even function. So, for that, f of minus x is equal to, now this is your fx, f of minus x may replace every x with minus x. So, you are getting minus x cube upon 4 minus x square, which is actually minus of fx. So, since f of minus x is equal to minus of fx, therefore, fx is an odd function. We'll just write like that. Fx is an odd function, and we have seen over there that if the function is odd function, the integration will be actually equal to 0. Your final answer will come as 0. So this was the first question over here. Let's see one more using another property of integration. So say let's take question number 4, which is dealing with 2 to 5 root x upon root x plus 7 minus x. ये बहुत common kind of question होता है which is asked from the properties. Now in this one, you can see that normally we can't solve it. The only way we can think of is rationalization. But when we talk about definite integration, we can apply the property and do it in a simpler manner. So let's say I is equal to this and mark it as 1. Now we'll use the property integral a to b fx dx is equal to a to b f a plus b minus x dx. So ये आपका बन जाएगा 2 to 5. Here instead of x we'll write 2 plus 5 minus x upon here also 2 plus 5 minus x plus here also 7 minus 2 plus 5 minus x. This is dx. Now when you open this, आपको जो answer मिलेगा, now this will become root 7 minus x. This will become root 7 minus x, and now you will get this as root x. So now what you do is name it as second. So first is this, second is this. We will add them. Add 1 and 2. When we add 1 and 2, the left hand also gets added. It becomes 2i. And right hand now will become 2 to 5 because denominator is common. So that becomes the LCM. Your numerator will become root x plus root 7 minus x upon root x plus root 7 minus x dx. Now you can see that the numerator and denominator both are same. Your answer will become 5 by 2 to 5, 1 dx. But this is 2i. Huh? Remember, it's not I. So 2i is that. And therefore, 2i is equal to x. Answer will be 2 to 5 here. So which is 5 minus 2. And I becomes 5 minus 2 by 2, which is 3 by 2. So this question seems difficult, but at the end, the question is solved in a very basic manner. One more question we are going to do in the same property consideration. Let's say the last question here, question number 8. 0 to 1 x 1 minus x to the power of 5 dx. Now if you take the question normally, 1 minus 5 to the power of x, if you open there will be 6 terms, question will become very difficult. So what will we do? We'll use the formula 0 to a f a minus x. So this will become 1 minus x and this will become, instead of x, write this term. So now the answer is, this is 1 minus x, and when you open this, it is x to the power of 5 dx. So you'll get 0 to 1, multiply, open it to get the answer. It is x to the power of 5 minus x to the power of 6 dx, and simply integrate x to the power 6 by 6 minus x to the power 7 by 7. We are using the formula x to the power n plus 1 by n plus 1. Below we are getting 0 to 1. Replace it. X will be first replaced with 1 and then with, here it will be 7, x to the power 7 by 7, and then with 0. So with 0 it will automatically become 0. Your answer will become 42. 7 minus 6, take the LCM, which is 1 over 42. So this is how we are going to apply various properties of integration in calculating definite integral. And it makes our question very simple. But you need to learn the properties. At the same time, whenever you are writing the question, please write the property used in the right hand side, so that the teacher comes to know which property is getting applied over there. It's always safe to write every formula, every property towards the right hand side in a proper bracket, so marks cannot get cut over there. So this is your second part of integration, which is definite integration. We'll be having 2 more integration based chapters only. With that, I'll meet you in the next video. Till then, practice hard and study. So bye-bye. See you all.